Hello Resi Drivers, welcome back to the channel. Now, I was just thinking about Starlink in Zimbabwe. So I'm here to give my 2 cents as to what I think. Now, as always, after the announcement that Starlink is now available in Zimbabwe, Zimbabweans are doing what they do best, which is to discuss. And that's what I love about Zimbabweans. We like to debate, we like to discuss things, and we like to know what the other person thinks about certain issues. And I think that's a good thing. That's something that I love about Zimbabwe, because at the end of the day, what these discussions serve, as far as I'm concerned, it's a way to check in with each other. It's a way to ascertain whether we are on the same page as Zimbabweans. So I think these debates, these discussions are necessary, and we should continue talking. As Zimbabweans, we should continue talking about our country. We should continue discussing, trying to find ways to improve our life as Zimbabweans. So this is always a good thing as far as I'm concerned. Discussions, debate, even arguments sometimes, they are necessary because that's where ideas come from. So anyway, I digress. The reason I'm making this video is to give my 2 cents when it comes to Starlink, what I really think about the coming of Starlink to Zimbabwe. Now, I've been hearing different opinions, different sentiments when it comes to Starlink in Zimbabwe. On the one hand, there are people who are celebrating, people are happy, they're jovial, fabulous. And on the other hand, there are those who are expressing concern. They are advising caution when it comes to that. There are reservations, and some of the reservations that I've been hearing, because I also read some articles some time back talking about this issue of Starlink in Zimbabwe, some of the reservations, some of the concerns. And some of these concerns, the first one is to do with security. Now, I don't know the nitty-gritties when it comes to Starlink and Zimbabwe in terms of security, but as I was doing a little bit of digging, trying to ascertain some of the vulnerabilities when it comes to Starlink, I gathered that because of its satellite communication, Starlink has got certain vulnerabilities, which include cyber attacks, malware, and so on. But as I said, when it comes to Zimbabwe, I don't know the nitty-gritties, but from the sentiments that I'm gathering that some people have got concerns, like real security concerns when it comes to Zimbabwe, while others are arguing that other countries have licensed Starlink without issues. So we shouldn't really be worried about that. And also some people are worried about the potential collection of data. Another concern as well is to do with competition. There are those who are saying that the coming of Starlink to Zimbabwe will put local businesses in jeopardy. They feel that that will put people, local people, Zimbabweans in Zimbabwe who are doing business there, business in communication and other areas linked to that. They're saying that that will put them out of business. So there are concerns that people will lose jobs because, from what I'm gathering, Starlink is turning out to be much cheaper. It's turning out to be more affordable, and also the fact that it can be accessed anywhere in Zimbabwe because it's satellite. So even if you're in the rural areas, as long as you've got the box that you need to access Starlink, then you can access the internet. So while others are celebrating, some people have got reservations, especially when it comes to those concerns that I've talked about, security and competition. The fact that some people, local Zimbabweans, may find themselves struggling in their businesses. So these are some of the concerns that people are expressing when it comes to Starlink in Zimbabwe. But this is what I really think about Starlink in Zimbabwe. I welcome Starlink in Zimbabwe. The reason I welcome Starlink is every time I made a video talking about remote work, talking about anything that involves the internet in Zimbabwe, I felt a little bit conflicted. The reason I felt a little bit conflicted was, it wasn't because there's no internet in Zimbabwe, but the real reason I felt that conflict within me, giving advice on remote jobs, what you can do online to make money and so on, because there's a lot that you can do nowadays online to make money, realistic ways to make money. I'm not talking about things that are out of reach, things that are impossible to do. I mean, a few days ago, I did a video talking about 6 ways to make money online, proven ways, easy ways, realistic ways to make money online these days. Now, as Zimbabweans, I mean, Zimbabweans who are in Zimbabwe, that is, this sometimes can be a little bit challenging, especially given that sometimes the internet is not the best. Yes, we have internet. I mean, we had internet before Starlink, but there were issues regarding that. So there are times when the internet is not fast, and when you want to download things, it takes ages for you to do that. Even logging in to some sites, it takes forever. So yeah, that's the conflict I had making that kind of video, because I know the challenges. And in the last video I made, I also talked about, as a solution, I talked about co-working spaces, because this is a solution. This is what some people are doing in Zimbabwe. If they want to access the internet to do remote work or anything to do with the internet, they go to those spaces in the CBD and do their work at a price. Because these days, whether we like it or not, the internet is here to stay. This is the reality of the 21st century. So we might as well get on board. And if the local businesses in Zimbabwe cannot provide competitive rates, if the local services are that expensive, then this is an opportunity for them to look at their service, to look at their pricing, and do something about it. This is the time to step up their game, because unfortunately we live in a competitive world. And if I can access a better service, more affordable service, then guess what? That is exactly what I'm going to do. And for those people who want to do remote work, who want to work online, for those people who want to have a side hustle that involves the internet, guess what? They are going to take advantage of that, because this is something that is accessible. The fact that this is affordable for the people of Zimbabwe is a good thing. It's a good thing. But when it comes to security, even though I don't know the details, I don't know the nitty-gritties when it comes to security concerns in Zimbabwe, I would like to think and I would like to believe that Zimbabwe is capable of putting measures in place to monitor those kind of things, to monitor activities linked with Starlink. I would like to believe that Zimbabwe is capable of coming up with policies, is capable of putting measures in place to monitor things, to regulate things. I would like to believe that Zimbabwe already has got laws, policies, and procedures in place that must be followed by anyone who conducts business in Zimbabwe. I have got faith in that. I would like to believe that our country is capable of that. Yes, we might have issues, we might have problems in Zimbabwe, but when it comes to that, I have all the faith. I might be wrong, I might be naive. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have faith when it comes to things like that. So as far as I'm concerned, Starlink coming to Zimbabwe is fabulous news. It's great news for people who want to do business online, for people who want to work remotely, for people who want to have side hustles that has got something to do with the internet. I think that is fabulous. It is great. We should embrace it, because the honest truth is the internet is here to stay. So we might as well embrace it. Yes, we have concerns. Those concerns can be dealt with as we go along. Things can always be looked at. Things can always be revisited, and we can always do something about that. As I said, I have faith in Zimbabwe's capabilities. So yeah, this is what I had for you in this video. As always, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.